Good morning, loves. How are you doing? Today I'm just going to be showing you a little bit of our remnants left over from Easter. So I didn't host yesterday, but I went to my son's house. So anyway, we're just going to show you a little bit of some of the different little recipes that we made and how they turned out, whatever's left over. So we're doing a leftover type thing today. So we have these little bud vases. This is our little tablescape that was for Easter. We had these little bud vases. We had our little tea lights, our little bunnies, and then all set up for Easter just for our home anyway. And so that's what we kind of did. And today we're going to be showing also a couple recipes. Now what we had left over here is the cookie cake. Kind of fell apart a little bit when I put it onto this platter, but it is so super delicious. I will give you the recipe of that as well. And then we had little sugar cookies that I made. A little bunny ear fell off somewhere there. But we did little flowers with the little M&M in the middle. We did some little bunnies. And then we did also, my little granddaughter's name is Birdie. So we did some little birds. I just broke off the, I'm going to have to put these in a bag and put them in the freezer. And, but that's what's left over from them because we gifted a whole bunch of those. And we also, this is the second one that we made, their little cake, cookie cake. This one is made with more of a, like I used healthier flours for that one. It's not made with all white flour. So we made it with coconut flour, almond flour, and then some regular flour. So we used, what was it? Like a half a cup of coconut flour and a half a cup of almond flour, and then the other cup was, I think it calls for 2 cups, and the other cup was regular flour, white flour. So we did that. And then the one that I made that is just the regular sugar, I took to my son's house, and this one is made with a little bit of imitation sugar for us, and then it had the healthier flours in it for us. And then we still have our little eggs. Today is like the 3rd day of our onions are in here fermenting, and you just have to make sure that you watch the water line that keeps it sealed. So you want to make sure that that water every day is filled up. I do need to add a little bit more to that. And then this is what, well, I took this to my sons and he said, "Mom, take it back because we have so much food." But this was the cake that I gave you, the sweet bread that we made. And we're going to have to do something with this. This was real good too. And I gave you that recipe the other day in a video. We are doing some garlic. Look, it's starting to really get the roots going on here. I need to fill up this water as well. Oops, let me set you down just for 1 minute here. Trying to get that up, back up. It's pretty slippery. I can't seem to get a hold of it. Oh, shoot. And I don't want to crunch it. And I don't want to dig my nail into it. There, I got it. I need to change the water. I change the water every day, and I just haven't been this far yet today. So I had some other things going on, and I was talking to some friends today, so we didn't get there. But anyway, we have garlic growing too. What else can I show you? We did color some eggs on our last video. This is what's left of the eggs. So we did the eggs in the, this is how they turned out. We did the eggs with the, red onion peel. And then we added a little bit of pink coloring to the eggs. But that's how they turned out. And I think they turned out pretty sweet color. I just did them all the same color. And then we made ribs, and we have some of those left over. And that. So today we're going to be just kind of hanging out a little bit. I'm going to be going over a couple recipes, giving you some recipes. I'm also going to be kind of working right here on along with you, we're going to be, I was trying to put these in here so you can see a little cuteness. There's that little bud vase, and then there's this little one. Turn it. Cute, cute, cute. I have these in the background right there. Right there. And right there. And then we're going to be working right here. So I also wanted to kind of, I had a scripture, a little reading for yesterday, for Easter. I wanted to come on video yesterday for Easter, and it was so busy, and the time just got away from me. So I did kind of pick some things out for you guys yesterday of scripture, a little reading anyway. And also I watched the video from the Vatican yesterday, where they had a cute, nice sermon. It was all in Latin and in Italian at the end, and then it also there was a narration at towards the end or whatever, where they talked a little bit that I could understand, because the other parts I couldn't understand. But I did take down a few little notes of what they talked about, and we're so sorry that the Pope has died, and may God rest his soul. I'm just really kind of upset about that. It's just hard, And so I'm going to just go over with you what I kind of got out of the sermon, the part that they narrated, and it was in English, what they were saying. I was trying to catch it so fast. And so this is kind of like what I came up with, which is all real, it's good, and so I wanted to just share it with you guys. I thought it would be kind of nice, So what I understood at the Easter Sunday Mass from the Vatican was, it was at St. Peter's Square. And then when I can't make it to church, some days I'll just go on there. Some Sundays I'll go on there and I'll listen to Mass online. And hopefully here soon I can get back to going to church. I just haven't picked a church lately. I really need to do that. But we've been bouncing around from church to church for the last, few years. And it's just, I don't know. I was divorced, and so then I got remarried. We did not get married in the Catholic Church. So when you go and you sit there at Mass and you're not able to go up and to receive Christ, it just makes you feel like you are the most worthless, person in the world. It hurts your feelings, and I don't like that feeling. So I don't know what I'm going to do about my religion. I am just doing my religion right now my own way that I know how. I Bible journal every day. I do my journaling. I am grateful. I do gratitude writing every day. And I'm just doing it in my own way right now because I haven't made a decision on what to do about that. And so it's in the air. But anyway, regardless of me, we're going to be talking about what I took from the Mass. So they were saying that God is alive. He left the tomb. Look for him in other places. Look for him in people. Look for him in our own lives. He is within us. God is present even today. God will let you find him in all things. It's not a time to run away. It's not a time to cling to Christ and live in, it's time to cling to Christ, and live in joy forever with God. We all have the gift of hope, and embrace this in your life. Don't settle for the sadness and discomfort in your lives. Find the sparkle that gives you the closeness with Christ. Wake with wonder every morning, with color and hope. Each day is a new, fresh day, and treat it with pride and God in your hearts. Thank you to all my new viewers. Oh, I wanted to say thank you to all my new viewers. I appreciate you, and returning viewers as well. And I am blessed by your interest and time. Thank you so much to all of you, and happy Easter. So that's what I wrote for you guys yesterday. And I just wanted to say that, I am very grateful to you guys. I'm very grateful to, to have love in my heart, to want to share that. That's what these videos are about, to have love, to share this, and then for you guys to share it as well, the best way you know how. You don't have to be perfect at everything. And so anyway, I also just, since we're kind of reminiscing on Easter and things like that, right before Easter, I did bless some salt. We did a video on that. And I just want to let you know that I did mop all my floors on my hands and knees before Easter. I did get all of my rooms mopped. And was such a wonderful feeling. My neighbor I was talking to today asked me, how did I feel after I did that? I said I had this peace and this love and joy in my heart that I've never really experienced before. It was like really, like finally saying, like, this is my home. God is here. He's here to protect me. He's here to be with me. I had this really sense of like warmth and love, and it just like made me feel so at peace. So I just want to share my experience with doing the blessed salt water, and that I mopped my floors with. I didn't put anything else in it. It was just strictly water, and it was such a really nice feeling. I just want to let you know that in case any of you are thinking of blessing some salt and doing the same thing. I just want to let you know how I felt afterwards. And it was a really wonderful feeling. And my floors they're still shining. They are shiny. They are sparkling. My husband, I think, walked in here with his boots today, work boots or something, because I do see some little fragments of stones or something. But anyway, it was a really great feeling, and I want you to, I just want to put that out there in kind of continuation of that video that I did that in. I kind of like try to overlap a little bit of what I did and moving forward. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just read a little out of this book. And today I picked this verse, which was supposed to be for you yesterday, but it's day 29, and I just went in the contents and looked for something that I thought would go along with today's little sermon from the Vatican, and then kind of would go into this. And it says, the life of God illuminates and enlivens my body. The very life of God pulses through me, cleanses, renewing, and rebuilding me. And the same thing that the Vatican was talking about, renew yourself, refresh yourself, cleanse, renew, and rebuild. My body is a temple of God, for the presence and power of God dwelleth within it. As keeper of that temple, I eat nourishing food, get needed rest, and replenish the liquids that maintain a life-given flow during all activity. I praise the adaptability and responsiveness that allow my body to adjust quickly to changing circumstances, time zones, climates. The life of God illuminates and enlives my body. I am grateful for my body's ability to and I am grateful for my body's ability and agility. I have a reserve of strength when extra effort is needed. As one of God's beloved creations, I express health, wholeness, joy, and vitality. If then your whole body is full of light, it will be as full of light as when a lamp gives you light with its rays. Luke 11:36. So yeah, it's talking about the praise of adaptability and responsiveness, and allow your body to adjust quickly. And so over the holiday weekend, I learned some things, and I have to start learning that I'm not my boys' center of attention anymore, right? I'm the mom of them, but they're grown. And now they have the one has his own family and does his things his own way, you know. And I have to get used to that as being a new grandparent. So I want to just say, if any of you parents out there are becoming grandparents or just new grandparents or whatever, I want you to just be aware that sometimes you just have to let go and enjoy your grandkids and spend as much time with them as you can and enjoy them for who they are and what they are. And let the rest go. Let the rest just kind of roll down your arms, off your neck, down your arms, and all the different little things that you can nitpick about family, and you can, you know, put your focus and emphasis on this and that and the other thing. Let it all just roll away. Let it just roll right off your chest. And just the main thing is to spend really quality time with your grandchildren and with your sons or daughters as well. But there's a lot of nonsense that goes on, and we hold on to that. And I was talking to a dear friend today, and she was reminding me of not holding on to the little things, right? Not holding on to the little nitpicky things, because I'm a type of person that I love everything perfect in my way and da-da-da-da. It can't be that way all the time, right? We're not the center of attention. It can't be that way all the time. So just learn from me, learn through me, because it's been difficult for me too. And but I'm learning. I'm a new grandparent, and we have a 1-year-old and a little 10 or 11-day-old baby. And but I'm learning that, you know. So anyway, enough of that. But it has been, you know, a great experience to learn that. Sorry. So we're going to get some potatoes out. We're going to peel some potatoes right here. I'm going to make some mashed potatoes tonight. And I'm also going to make some, excuse me, some carrots. Well, I found this recipe, this carrot gratin, it's called. Carrot gratin. I printed it off. And I'll give you the recipe for this, but I'm going to make mine just regular carrots, a little bit healthier. I'm going to maybe use some of this stuff, but I'm not going to use all of it. I'm not going to make it gratin or whatever. Excuse me. So let's grab the cutting board. Let's grab a peeler. Let's peel some potatoes. Let's peel some carrots. And let's see what else we're going to need. So I'm not going to do the butter. I'm going to do the carrots. And I'm going to do, I'm going to take the carrots and I'm going to wrap them and bake them. That's how I'm going to make our carrots for tonight. And so I'm not going to do all this other. If I was going to take this dish away, I was going to maybe make it and take it to my son's, which I'm glad I didn't put the time and effort into it. But I would have made it this way. But for my own health, I'm just going to wrap them in bacon. And maybe put in a little garlic with them, and maybe a little layer of little cream at the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and do that. But first, let's get some stuff ready. Let's get some cutting board. We have over here. But my Easter was very nice. We had some delicious food. And it was super, super nice. Peeler. So much fun with the grandkids. Oh my gosh. And the little 1-year-old, my grandson, was his first time going out and, well, I think it was first time hunting eggs. And he was picking him up and we kept saying, put it in the bag, put it in the bag. And he put it in the bag. I couldn't believe how well he listened. He was able to comprehend, and he won. And he would pick it up and he put it in the bag. We get to the next one. He picked it up and put it in the bag. He did such a good job. And I just want to say that it was so adorable. I got some really cute pictures of him doing that. I'm going to find some carrots. I think I have a little bag of old, bag of new. We have some bacon. Get these things out first. We got bacon. We got carrots. We're going to peel a few potatoes. I'm not making a ton of mashed potatoes. Just enough for tonight. I don't want a bunch of leftover of fattening food. So I think they're quite fattening anyways. So we're going to just do enough for tonight. That's it. I don't want to cook like that anymore, where I would make just batches of food and have all this food around me all the time. I don't want that. So we're just going to do enough for tonight. I think that'll be fine. Enough for him, enough for me. Maybe one more. That's it. Okay. And I usually put paper down, but I'm not going to get it right now. I have the video running already. So let's just do this. But it was such a nice little thing. Nice to see the kids. I got to hold my grandbaby almost all day. No one else was like asking me to like hold her, and I was like, I don't want to be a hog here, holding her almost all day. Nobody said anything, so I was just like, fine. You want her? Come get her. But it was so nice. And she's doing quite well. She's so adorable, so teeny tiny. Everything is real teeny tiny on her. Teeny tiny little slim, long. She's got long fingers like me. Real long fingers. Such a cutie. I think her eyes are going to be blue. And she's a cutie. Super cute. And the kids all had a real good time. They had gifts, they had Easter eggs, really delicious foods, desserts. So they had a real swell time. So much fun. Yeah, my God, nose itches. She, my friend, she was really, I think she has 5 grandkids, and older kids. Her kids are older, like in their 20s now. And she was saying, as you get older, your grandkids don't want to spend much time with you. They'll text you. They text her for Easter and stuff like that. They'll text you and stuff. But she said they have their own lives. They're not going to stop their life to come and, cater to you or whatever, And it's just like, yeah, you're right. But as a new grandparent, it takes time to understand this. Now, if I didn't talk to her, I probably wouldn't understand it until, it all happened to me. But now that she's explaining it to me, I can kind of see that, But you don't know until you are a grandparent that you are going to experience this. And it's not just anything against me or would be of you, It's just the way life is, My sons, they get with the gals, and they, their gals' families always come first, and we come last. And I don't know if that'll ever change, but that's for now. That's how it is, And she says the same thing. The same thing happened to her, that, it's always the girls' parents are always the ones that the grandkids hang out with, and not so much the father's parents. So, anyway. But for the most part, I can't complain. I got to see my babies, and that's that. So, very nice. I hope you guys had some delicious food. Hope you guys made some stuff. Made some delicious treats, or had some deliciousness. Let's see if I can get rid of some of this. Oh, let me put it in this. Oh, thank gosh the lid was off. Put it in my recycle. Or I always call it recycle. I don't know why, but it's not. It's my bin for the garden. My little bin. I might be able to put some carrots in there. We'll cut these. Find a knife. Yes. Just kind of quarter them up a little bit. Get some water and get these boiling. We have leftover ribs that we're having tonight, and we do have some leftover chicken that my son gave us. So we don't have to make the rest of the meal, just some little... My husband called from work. Are you going to make some mashed potatoes tonight? I was like, I can. He's like, yeah, I like that. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm going to put these on the stove. And then I was going to clean the stove, but I guess I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll video record it. I take apart the whole grid on the front, on the top, and it really needs a good rub down. And I'll do a video when I take apart the stove and we clean it and get that going. So we'll do that too. Okay, this bag is the older bag. I think this bag is going to be enough. Don't need much. Because once I kind of quarter these, they're going to be pretty, you know, fill up the pan pretty good. I love carrots. I don't know about you guys, but I do love carrots. Especially cooked carrots. They're really delicious. I really forgot my paper today. I always put paper down. I don't know why I didn't grab some before I started the video. But I have paper folded up just for this. And then I peel it on here. Then all I have to do is roll up the paper and get it in the trash. Set it aside while I'm filming. And I just wanted to get started because it's getting late towards the evening. And I wanted to get this food on. And I just kind of like turned it on and started talking. Started going with it, right? I was up early this morning. And I did my Bible journaling early this morning. And then I was just kind of laying in bed. I looked outside and I was like, oh my goodness, it's going to be windy again today. So I won't get out in the garden or burn. I want to burn all the... I started yesterday, but it was too windy before we went away to try to burn some of the receipts and things off from doing taxes. You know, the envelopes and all the important papers that you don't need. But it was too windy. The flames were going way too high and blowing all over the place. I'm like, no, this isn't a good day. So I was like, well. And it has been so windy here. I'm about an hour outside of Chicago by the lake. It gets so windy. Neighbor lady and I were talking about how we can't keep any flowers or keep anything. It blows over every flower pot. It'll bust every flower pot. It'll take it flying somewhere. You can't hardly have anything outside. Nothing pretty. No color. No cuteness, you know. It's like, I'm so sick of it. All right, let me get rid of some of this. We're going to rinse these off. Maybe I can put them on this bag. Get them over there. I'm going to save some in case my husband wants to feed the worms tonight. My husband has a little worm farm going in the garage. And he feeds his worms scraps. That's another reason why I started saving scraps again. For the worms. Alright. And I think that's about full, so we're going to have to eggshells in here and push them down. Okay. Put the lid on tight, and then we'll get that out tomorrow and dump it. All right, let's see what we got here. Rinse these off. I don't think I want to make much more than that. What am I gonna cut? Guess I'll cut in this corner. Cut over here. And I think I kind of want them, they're supposed to be long. So I'm gonna find a pan. Do them like that. Like that. Let me find a pan. We're going to put these in long, and then we're going to wrap bacon. I don't know if I need to take off a little bit for them to fit. These fit. This one doesn't. That does. Try to get it even as you can. There we go. Told you it'll be enough. By the time you get the bacon on there, oh my goodness, you got plenty. Probably won't even be hungry. I ate too much today already. Oh. I hope we start having some warmer weather around here. It's been so cold and so... It was supposed to storm and rain yesterday, but it didn't. It was nice yesterday. It was fairly warm. Jeez. This is a crooked carrot. Trying to keep it long. There we go. It's always better when you can get it flat, and then you can go down. Don't break off. There. Now it's starting to look like something. We'll see what else we're going to do with these. And if you left them real big, they'll just take a lot longer to cook. That's all. So we've got our potatoes on. Those are just going to be mashed potatoes. I'll put them in my mixer, and then I'll add the milk and the whole milk and what else? Whole milk and butter to them. And then we'll have those. These I can throw away, and then put these other carrots back, and then we're going to wrap with bacon. Okay, then we're going to take bacon, and I always used to cut my bacon right in half, but we want it long, so I'm going to cut my bacon package. It's a little bit different this time. And we were looking for turkey bacon. We usually buy turkey bacon, and we could not find it at the store. So I don't know if I'll wrap all of these with bacon. There's quite a few carrots. We'll just do, let's see what we can do. potato peel. Yep. But it will give the dish some really nice flavor. Even if we do a few. There'll be some that I can eat without bacon. That would be nice. And what makes a really nice presentation with this is if you take 2 of these and you would take, like, put the ends, like a small end. This is the small end. This is a little bit thicker. And do it the opposite. Take 2 pieces like that. And then you put a long sprig of asparagus. And then you wrap it only just a short portion, like to make the bacon only half. Beautiful presentation. If you're cooking it for a dinner party or something, you know. Yeah, I could have done half. Probably should have done half, but now we're just gonna roll with it. What the heck? We'll place them in here where we have some on one side, some in the middle, some that are not done at all, but it's gonna give the plate dish a nice flavor. And then if this bacon is cooking, I'm going to make sure that I put another pan underneath. So we have some there, a couple that are not done, and then we'll do some in the middle. That's pretty small, please. Let's do this one. And then I'll read you the recipe of the gratin, what it calls for. So if you want to make the whole dish properly, you can. But I'm just kind of trying to save a little calorie, because I don't usually eat much meat or, you know, this kind of stuff. So I'm doing it for my husband more or less. But there'll be some carrots that I can choose. I may have one of these pieces. You wrap it around. Okay, so what do we have? 1, 2, 3. I think that's 4, 5. We have 5 that are wrapped, okay? So I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to use all my bacon, because if I want to make some other little dish this week, I want to make sure that I have some little flavor. Bacon gives a really nice flavor to different dishes. So I'm going to put this back away. And then we'll see what else we're going to put in this dish. I'm going to read you the full recipe in case you want to make the carrot gratin. Wash my hands off there a little bit. We have not been getting much sunshine at all. It's just been really drabby around here. It's like, I can't stand weather like that. Okay, we're going to get rid of this nasty stuff. Here, and then I'll wash that. Wipe this up. That little splatter. Okay, so we have that. Let's see what else. Oh, I got a big splash right there. Potato starch gets. And I just washed all of my counters and island down yesterday with mint water. It smells so good in here. Okay, so for the carrot gratin, wet. It looks amazing, doesn't it? So good. We're going to put some other things in there, but not all of this. Let the paper just stick. Okay, so let's see what else we can put in here. So the carrot gratin. It's 8 servings, 40 minutes is the prep time. 1 hour and 50 minutes is the total time. Okay, so you get, you put a little butter in there. 4 tablespoons of salted butter. Or you could use unsalted. I never use salted butter. I use unsalted for everything. And then 2 pounds of carrots, 1 pound of russet potatoes. So about 2 large potatoes they tell you to cut and put in there. And then 1 cup of whole milk, 10 sprigs of fresh thyme, 1 teaspoon chopped, and then 3 cloves of garlic smashed, and then 2 tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour, and then 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. So some of this stuff I'm not going to use. So I will put in just a little bit of butter. There's plenty of fat in there already. A little bit of butter for flavor, not a whole lot. And we have this one, the Irish butter. I love this Irish butter. I don't know if you guys like it or not. Let me find a little knife. I have some little toast crumbs on here. Little pieces. We'll kind of just stick it in. Just a little bit. Like a lot. It's a lot of butter. Here. And there. Plenty fat. Plenty. You could probably even skip the butter if you choose. But for a little flavor, why not? And then we're going to have a little milk, I think. We're going to do a little milk. Just enough to kind of coat the bottom. Gives it some little juice. Or you could do 2 cups of heavy cream. We could have done cream. We do have cream. I didn't do the cream. We did whole milk. And then fresh thyme. I'm going to skip that. 3 cloves of garlic. Let's see if we have any garlic. I think we do. Use this older one. This is an older one. I can't wait to get rid of anyway. I have a couple here. So we have that we can cut up. We have 3 pieces. Get it peeled. I'm just going to chop it up. I like chopping it up then to clean that doggone thing you mash it with or whatever it's called. Okay, we have 3. I'm going to get rid of all of this. Find a knife and a cutting board. All right. Little knife. Little cutting board. We'll cut off the ends here. I'm still going to try to get out and take a walk. Drab day. Really drabby. Like, darn it. Start warming up. We need some sunshine. We need some sunshine in my life today. Little sunshine, little sunshine. I can't sing a lick. I cannot sing. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to put that on. And then I'm not going to use thyme. Probably have a bag of it somewhere. Where my ends went. I think I put my ends in there. Oh, there it is. I got it. I got it. There it is. I found it. Oops. And then we're going to put a little rosemary on there. That's my favorite spice. I love rosemary and I love mint. So we're going to do a little rosemary on that. Put this in the sink with the other one here. Find a little rosemary. Yummy, yummy. Put a little rosemary. Yay! That looks delicious. And we're going to skip the pepper. I can't have pepper. So we're going to skip that. So we're going to put these two things away. And we're going to have a really good night. Now let me share with you some of the other recipes. We have this going. I'm going to turn on my oven. Oops, I always get the wrong burner. 350. And it's clean. I do need to clean that out too. Wipe it down. Put these potatoes back. It's constant cleaning around here. That's for sure. I'm going to put these on the stove. And I'm going to leave them uncovered. But it does have that bacon in there. I might put a pan underneath. I don't know if it'll fit in this pan or not. Yeah, I'm going to put it in that pan and that pan. That way, if it gets, you know, splashing stuff. Okay, so I gave you the recipe for these carrot gratin carrots. And it just says preheat the oven to 350, butter 9 by 13 inch baking dish. So you can do all that if you want. I added the milk. I think it'll be fine. I'll keep an eye on it. Cover with foil and bake 35 minutes. Remove foil and bake until golden brown, another 30 to 35 minutes. So I'm going to do it the opposite. So I'm going to leave it with the lid off, or the foil off, and then I'm going to put the foil on. I think I'm a little dehydrated today. And then, let's see. I thought I gave you the recipe for the, maybe I didn't, the cookie cake. Did I give you guys the recipe for that, or I told it to you on the, online? Let me find that book. It's not here. I did do these dipped Easter eggs. I did a different recipe, though, than this one. It's here. Okay, so I did the Easter bread with you, the braided bread. I did that with you. Some Italian recipes. Boston cream cake. I made that. That's in the fridge, so we have that to try to eat too. Or I might cut it into pieces and freeze that. I wanted to share the other. I don't think I shared the cookie cake with you, or the Easter eggs. I could share this recipe. Let me get my other folder. Let me see if it's in this book. I think it is. No, it's in the yellow one. Let me grab the other folder. It's right here. I believe it's right here. So So the Easter cookie cake. There's a lot of people making the Easter cookie cake online. So you can find lots and lots of videos online about the Easter cookie cake. And I got this offline from one of the videos. I actually got this from Lauren, I think her name is. Or Lauren, something like that. She's from the Codswolds. I watch her a lot. She has a wonderful YouTube channel. I watch her and I watch Josie. You can just punch in Josie, her name will come up. You can punch in Lauren and her name will come up. Lorraine, whatever. So Easter cookie cake. So it doesn't rise much. It does some, but it doesn't expand much. So I just want to make you aware of that. And you will bake it at 350 for 18 to 20 minutes. Now, I have a huge oven, and so I ended up baking mine for, I would say, 45 minutes for the middle to get done. Okay, just a note. Every oven is different, but just a note. I was watching it. The sides around the rim, about 3 inches in, would all rise up, and you could tell that that was golden brown and cooked, but the middle was sunken down. So I waited until that middle kind of popped up a little bit more, and then I took it out. And it was starting to crack away from the edges of the pan. That's how I knew it was done. So, okay, so you want to write this down. It is 320 grams of flour, regular white flour. I used, like I said, I used white flour for the one that I took to my sons, and for the one that we kept here, I used different flour. So then it's 150 grams of sugar, and then it's also 100 grams of coconut sugar. And thank God I had just enough coconut sugar to do these 2 cakes, or cookies, whatever. Then I ran out, so I have to restock. And then 1 egg, 200 grams of butter. So you can get your little scale out and then put a bowl on there, put it to 0, and then add your ingredients till you get to that amount of each. And then a half a teaspoon of vanilla, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then those little mini Easter eggs. You know what I'm talking about? Did you see on the film? Go back and look at the beginning of this film, and you'll see on top of the cookie cake, I showed you the little Easter eggs on top. Well, you take half of that bag and you roll it, put it in a plastic bag or in its bag, but you don't want all of your eggs to crunch. So you only want part of the eggs to crunch, because the other part of the eggs that are whole, you want to decorate the top with it. So you only want part of those eggs to crunch, unless you get the little tiny bags, and then you could crunch the whole thing and then have another extra bag for the top. So however you want to do it, I bought the bigger bag and I just took half out, and then I crunched the rest with a rolling pin. So, and then make sure you have a towel down and you're on a cutting board or something when you're pounding, because you got to pound pretty hard to get those to crunch. And then, so I told you the half a teaspoon of baking soda. I told you that. Baking soda, no powder, baking soda. And then the little mini eggs broken up, and you're going to put that in the batter, in the mix, right? And then you're going to also put like a half a bag of chocolate chips. You can use the little mini ones is what I use. They work the best. They're so delicious in there. They're not too big. You don't get too big of a bite with those. So the little mini chocolate, Hershey's chocolate, you know, or whatever. The little mini chocolate chips. So then you'll put those in there. And then you want to use a spring-form pan where the pan is, and not the real big one. You want to use the little bit smaller one. That's what I used. I don't know how many inches that one was. I think, I don't know, 7 maybe? 7, 8 inches. And then I have a 10-inch too. And I use that one for my coconut cake. But, so you want to cream the sugar and the butter together at first, and then add the egg, and then whip it, and then the vanilla. Did I say vanilla? Yeah, half a teaspoon of vanilla. And then the baking soda, and then the flour last. So you just dump a little at a time while you're mixing, like your mixer's going. Add the flour. And then if you need a little bit more to make it more consistent, just take a little bit of water. I had to take a little bit of water to really get it to start firming like a dough. You don't want it loose, though. It's supposed to be a little bit, you know, a little bit dense, whatever. And then, you know, add your chocolate chips and your bag of mini eggs that are crunched. And then you want to press that, you want to cut a circle and put it in your springform pan at the bottom, spray it on the bottom, put your paper in there, parchment paper in there as a circle, and then spray the parchment paper too, and then put your mix in there, and then press it down, and then I kind of went around with my edge of my nails or whatever and kind of punched it down around the edges so it was like all flat, all, flat, I guess I want to say. So I did that. And then once you get it out and you bake it and you let it cool, and then you can make some butter and powdered sugar mix frosting. So then I put it in a little piping bag, and then I frosted around the cake, and then I added the little chocolate Easter eggs, decorated colors of eggs around the top of the cookie cake. So, yeah. So that was really, really, and you talk about delicious. I can't stay out of it today. It's so delicious. I should not be doing that. But I got to get back on my counting calorie diet here as soon as this is all gone from my house. But I'm going to really work on it. Okay, and then another thing, was there another one that I wanted to share with you? We shared the we're going to be making some of these other recipes. I love trying to make scones. I still haven't done a perfect scone yet. I probably made them 5 times, and each time I make them, I'm getting better, but each time I've made them, there was always some little thing that didn't go right. So I want to try to make some better scones. I don't know, some of this is just, I thought I had another recipe in here. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. It's the Easter cookie. Maybe I don't. There's a carrot cake I was going to make, but I had too much sweets, too much carrot cakes around here. I want to share with you, maybe this week we can share the little mini cheesecakes. Millionaire cheesecakes, they're called. And this one is I guess that's it. It wasn't too exciting today, but I did want to share cleaning my oven, and then I decided to do the potatoes and the carrots instead. So I still hope that you had a really nice little watch, a nice little video, and you got some good inspiration out of our Daily Word book. This is by Fannie Flagg and Bernie S. Siegel. Daily Word. Daily Words is Chicken Soup for My Soul. Mark Victor Hansen, author of Chicken Soup for the Soul. So that's where this came from. It's kind of and it goes day by day. So there's different days, and you can just pick whatever day or go through it day by day and read. So I thought it was really, really nice. And I had that book down here because I take my Bible stuff upstairs sometimes, and then I forget to bring it down when I do my films. So I just grabbed that, and that's how that went. So I'm going to put my little bud vases back. You got to see my little island all decorated, so cute and clean. As long as my husband doesn't pile it with mail like he loves to pile things with mail. And I'm trying to take over the mail so that doesn't happen again. I'm so sick of someone coming into our home and it's like mail all over the island, mail all over where the phone is, mail on the bar, mail, like I got my business stuff, his business stuff over there, and then regular stuff over here, and then miscellaneous stuff over there. And we get more mail than the average person, and it just is so irritating because I would be throwing it in the junk right when I read it. He brings it home from the P.O. box and he just saves everything. It's like, I'm taking over this. This is not going to keep happening. I want my house clean and nice and all that, and just like he can care less. He's more worried about making money and, to hell with the house. And it's like, you got to do a little bit of something around here once in a while, man. Like, oh my God. So we're going to be having some other videos this week. Hopefully they'll be fun. Hopefully we can get outside. I can show you my onions that were coming up so lovely. And all of a sudden the bunnies or the little groundhog thing that we have living here under our deck. He ate off the tops. Now they don't look so beautiful. But my lavender is coming back. It's starting to, first day today is starting to look green. And some of the other things, some of the other herbs are coming back. My sage is coming back. What else is coming back? My thyme is coming back. Herb thyme is coming back. Oh, and my chives look wonderful. They look so nice. Just look like grass, you know. So I have these little stones around the outside. So there's like two little round stones, and then it's all coming up. It looks so lovely. So, and then the mint is starting to come back. It's slow this year, I think. Well, it's been so cold. We need some nice sunny warm days to get this stuff really going, you know. And so tomorrow we're going to do a little bit of cleaning. Tomorrow we're going to do a little bit of watering plants. I think I have a little bit of my rice water left to water my plants with for tomorrow. Then we'll have to make a new batch for the following week or whatever. So we are going to do that. We are going to clean our stove. So if I get a chance tomorrow, we'll do a video. And I'm going to break down this stove. I would love to this week get my stove clean and to get my refrigerator is a mess. From the holiday and from in and out baking and all that, everything is kind of like just, I love to get that cleaned out. So I will try to roll the film when I do it because I know you guys learn from that and you guys like it. And like I said before, thank you to my new subscribers, to my new viewers. I appreciate you. And I just want to say that I am not Republican and I am not Democrat. And I hate when people put a label on me. And when people put a label on anything or anybody, I would rather I vote for the person I think is best suited to do the job, not necessarily any party. So I have never given to either party, and I don't intend to because I don't want to be labeled one or the other. But I am always going to vote for who I think can run the country the best and who can stick to our Christian values. And that is what's most important to me, women, children, and Christian values. And so I will always stick with the person who I feel will support me in that way. And so I just want to put that out there because I had a comment that I, which everybody has a right to their own opinion and everybody has a right to whoever they want to vote for, who they want to follow or whatever, who they want to watch, you know. And it doesn't hurt my feelings. It's okay. That's what makes us a great country. We are a democracy. There are Democrats. There are Republicans. There's independents. We are a multitude of people. It's just, that's the way our society works, and it runs nice. And so anyway, I'm going to go for now, and thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and I will talk to you guys all real soon. So bye for now. Bye-bye, you guys.